from AARP and 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
San Antonio and Bexar County resident voters will get to vote November 4th on whether to raise the hotel tax to help fund the new Spurs downtown arena. The Spurs have said they will already contribute over $1 billion to the total and cover the overcosts. The Dallas Cowboys, they just finished up a joint practice with the Los Angeles Rams. No Matt Stafford in that one, though.
If you smoke, take it outside. Get the facts at don'tpassgas.org.
This is Extra Innings with Pleasure.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Rock and roll! The Texans win it!
You've been called the Da Vinci of our time. What do you say to that?
Absolutely ridiculous. I don't paint.
That ball is history. A walk-off home run.
And it's going to be legendary.
James Pledger wraps your day with insight, opinion, plenty of sarcasm, and of course, your calls. He'll even pour a beer out the door for his favorite story of the day. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. Now, here's Pledge. What's up, Danger? Can't stop me now.
Welcome into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. I am James Pledger. Thanks for joining me, however you may be joining, whether that's on 94.1 on your FM dial. If you happen to be listening and locked in at sasportstar.com via our AA Best Bail Bonds audio player, or if you happen to be watching the show live on YouTube. That's right, we stream all of our shows live on YouTube. Just go there, search SA Sports Star, go ahead and like, subscribe. You can comment along with the show as it happens, or feel free to dial in the old-fashioned way, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776 if you want to be a part of the conversation. We always love having you being a part of things. And earlier this morning, things got started early as news first fell on the morning huddle about the De'Aaron Fox extension, as they were breaking it down, both the positives and negatives of getting De'Aaron Fox deal done, 4 years, $229 million.
The San Antonio Spurs.
Biggest contract they've ever had to write.
Oh, well, for now.
Oh, it's going to get bigger. But this was a milestone, man. It really was.
4 years, $229 million max extension for De'Aaron Fox. Initially, the move came out, and it was like, as per usual, or as per team policy, the Spurs did not disclose details of the it's like, okay, well, that'll take us 10 minutes to find out.
We know how much.
Yeah, we like, it's not like it's you can keep it secret forever. You're not Notre Dame. You get, like, you know what I mean?
We can't bury it under,
yeah, you're not a private school. We're going to be able to find out. And sure enough, we find out it is a max deal. Rich Paul, his agent, basically told ESPN as much. There's no player option in the last year,
which is a good deal.
It is a good deal, and it means that De'Aaron Fox will be here through the 2030 season.
He'll retire a Spur,
I would guess, more than likely, or the Spurs will at least get the best of.
Well, they'll probably
De'Aaron
extend
Fox.
him if he is what we expect him to be. This contract to be extended for less money as we kick down the road.
Yeah, but I know they've got Dylan Harper now. I know they've got Steph Castle. I get it. Right now, today, De'Aaron Fox is better than those guys.
He's the best player on the team.
Yes.
No question.
And more importantly, Wemby, Castle, Harper, none of them had a choice of where they're playing basketball. De'Aaron Fox said, hey,
I'll waive my no trade clause.
I want to go play in San Antonio, Texas.
Take less money to leave.
Yes.
So,
you don't, when someone says that for literally the first time in the history of your franchise, you don't shortchange them. You don't, if this were like some scrubby dub, okay, that's different. You know, if this were,
he wasn't a mercenary. He wasn't a last minute
Right.
pickup to help win a title. This dude was brought in as a building block, and you don't screw this up. And that's what was so annoying yesterday about the voices that were saying the Spurs might offer less than the max. That's silly. That was. I don't know why you do this, because there wasn't anybody of any substance that leaked that.
No.
You know, and if it was one dude talking to another, and they used it as unnamed sources.
Yeah, right.
And it's just aggravating to all. And I'm not sure when the Spurs planned on announcing it. I do know that last week there was probably a little bit of concern when he backed out of this Asian thing, but that might have been a move of good faith because the deal has already been done, you know?
Exactly.
So, hey, here's the deal. Why don't you stay home? Sure. So, I mean, all things kind of come together. But it was ordained. When the moment the trade was done, whether they got the number 1 overall and got Cooper Flag, De'Aaron was going to be a Spur for the next 5 years.
And I know people get frustrated with us when we say, as of today, De'Aaron Fox is the best player on the Spurs.
Who disagrees?
Oh, plenty of people.
Well, you're wrong.
I agree. And again, I'm not saying that De'Aaron Fox will be the best player in 2 years.
No.
Today, he is, though. Listen to these numbers. 2 players have averaged 20 points, 5 assists, and 1 steal in each of the past 6 seasons. They are Luka Doncic and De'Aaron Fox.
It's these baseball stats that get you paid.
How about this? 4 players since 2017 have 10,000 points, 3,000 assists, and 700 steals. James Harden, former MVP. Russell Westbrook, former MVP. Nikola Jokic, former multiple-time MVP. And De'Aaron Fox.
So, we're going to wait and not give this cat the max.
He's not that good.
Hey, we got Dylan Harper.
We got a rookie.
I saw him play 8 minutes. That guy's Hall of Famer.
Oh, my God. This is a big deal for San Antonio.
It's the biggest thing. And literally, when you look in the history of the Spurs, there's been guards that have been equal. George Gervin was a Hall of Famer. I'm not sure. In the modern league, I'm not sure he's a guard, but he was way back then. Tony Parker's on the Mount Rushmore, so I'm not even going to include him in this. There are 3 that will not be included, or 4. Tim, Tony, Manu, and George are on the Mount Russell. So Rushmore. So whatever I mentioned, those guys just assume are on that list. So apart from those guys, there's never been a better player. I mean, there's been some equal, but this dude's a multi-time All-Star that decided to come here. We've never had that. We got LaMarcus. He was a free agent, and he had some other offers. We didn't waive a no trade and take less. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And he didn't announce to the world, this is where I want to
This is what I want to be. He's a Houston cat. His wife's from here. I mean, there were so many things in play that it was aggravating yesterday. So today we wake up.
And not just an all-star. This guy's been on the all-NBA team.
Yeah. So today we wake up a far better team for the next 5 years. But okay, step 1. We did it. This was the easy part. So congratulations. Now, De'Aaron, it's incumbent upon you to be that kind of guy. Be that. All those things.
We're Team Fox around here.
All those things that Sacramento did let you go because there were some things you didn't live up to. So now you've got better guys. You've got a better organization. You've got a firm footing. No one's coming to take your job. You know exactly where you stand. Now it's time to lead these kids. Now it's time for you to get to work, brother. You know what? I have no doubt he will. I have no doubt that he is going to be just fine.
Yeah, I'm with you. And I think this is the building. Like I always say, you need an adult in the room. And to me, this is like the passing of the torch. Chris Paul out. This is the leader of this team now.
No doubt.
I mean,
all of that is expected.
I still say Harrison Barnes being here is still a big deal because Harrison Barnes is a winner.
It's a different role, but yeah, absolutely. His value is equally valuable, but in an entirely different way because De'Aaron's got to lead by example and by voice and by attitude and all the things that makes a great professional. I remember talking with Devin Brown one time. He goes, I didn't become a great pro until I got to Denver. And when I got to the Nuggets, his protege he ended up coaching at Michigan. He was in the league for like 25 years.
Juwan Howard?
Juwan Howard. He said, Juwan Howard taught me to be a pro.
Yeah.
He said, I watched him for a year, and it gave me more years on my career because I just watched what a professional looks like. And that you have to mirror that. And you have to mimic it and show it and teach it and preach it. And that's why the Spurs have managed to be the Spurs for so long because there's this corporate knowledge that is just there are certain expectations that are brought to light. And De'Aaron didn't get the benefit of being a rookie and growing through them. He's going to have to adopt them and then teach them immediately.
Well, remember to me, the most important thing about this is, I mean, obviously Fox, the player is on one level, but I think the biggest deal is De'Aaron Fox being an all NBA type player and choosing and wanting and like publicly saying this is my destination is something that there's,
let's not kid ourselves. There's only one reason.
Oh, I agree.
It's
no doubt.
Wemby.
No doubt.
It isn't the silver and black. It's not Project
doubt.
Marvel. It was because Wemby's here. So I'm happy he chose us, but he chose Wemby.
He did. And Wemby is the reason a lot of people want to come here. But there are multiple factors now. Austin's a growing town. We're a stone's throw from Austin. With the news about the public tax vote coming to the ballot in November, having that downtown facility, having that arena, having all the things associated with that is going to make San Antonio more and more admirable to people. We'll get into about that vote on the taxes coming up November 4th of this year. The Blitz was discussing it earlier. We'll get into that as we continue here on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Rise and hot!
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Saturday afternoon at 6. The Cowboys travel from training camp in Oxnard to Los Angeles to take on the Rams in their first of 3 preseason games. Pre-game at 5. Presented by AA Best Bell Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
That guy pulled out in front of me out of nowhere. The police are on their way, but I'm really shaken up.
Don't worry. We're going to get you taken care of. You made the right call.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you've been hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck, call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. We're ready to help day or night, and there's no fee unless we win.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
South Texas summer is no joke. With temperatures in the triple digits, your roof takes a beating. Call Stevens Roofing and Solar at 210-785-0994. They're local, family-owned, and ready to help. Get a free, no-obligation roof inspection from a team that knows South Texas weather. Whether it's commercial or residential, a small repair, or a whole new roof, get peace of mind with Stevens Roofing. Call 210-785-0994 today. Stevens Roofing has you covered.
Now is the perfect time to start on your next success. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start August 13th. An accredited state university, University of Maryland Global Campus, offers online and hybrid courses. Plus, you can earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits towards a master's. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chevy.
A couple years ago, I was in the bathroom at the airport when I dropped my smartphone in the toilet. Not smart. I was multitasking when I should have been focused on the job at hand. Embarrassing, but I'm not alone. According to Google, 7 million other multitaskers accidentally dropped their phones into the bowl last year. A gentle reminder that right now you can get yourself a brand new Samsung Galaxy A36 absolutely free with a $35 plan from Pure Talk. The A36 comes with scratch-resistant Gorilla Glass and a battery that'll last all day, along with unlimited talk, text, and data on America's most dependable 5G network. In other words, it's tough and smart. Something to think about next time you're multitasking in the necessary. Just dial pound 250, say keyword Mike Rowe to get your free phone today. You can make the switch in just 10 minutes. That's pound 250. Say Mike Rowe to switch to a no-nonsense smartphone and a company that actually stands for something. Pure
Wesley
Talk.
Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-486-9600. That's 800-486-9600.
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Your car steering wheel could be a ticking time bomb. At least 24 people have died and many more injured because their airbags fired shrapnel at them upon inflating. Tens of millions of cars have been recalled. If you suffered cuts that required stitches, hearing or vision loss, or broken bones, please contact us today. you could be owed money for medical bills and other damages.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit us at badairbags.com for an office near you. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Did you hear? A recent stash of $10 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s, and less than 200 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-917-4635, and you are guaranteed a $10 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-917-4635. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-917-4635 now to secure your $10 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-917-4635.
San Antonio Sports Star.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pleasure here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I am James Pleasure. Appreciate y'all riding along with me this evening. 210-656-3776, 656-ESPN if you want to be a part of the conversation. Now, it is no small coincidence that this news happens today after a day after the announcement of the De'Aaron Fox deal, as Bexar County, they're pushing through with a public vote for now Project Marvel.
There was some good news, Jason, today with the San Antonio Spurs.
Yep.
Bexar County commissioners voted 4-1 to call a vote to see if we can get some money for a new Spurs arena and Project Marvel and all of the stuff that they want to do downtown. So it's going to go on the ballot this November. I believe November 4th is the day. But good news. That's moving this thing forward.
It is moving along. It will be the first and maybe only chance on the ballot box, because it's the only part of the whole arena project financing that needs to go to a vote. The election will be to raise the county's taxes on hotel rooms and car rentals, which is expected to yield about $503 million, according to the Express News. Commissioner Grant Moody is the one guy that voted no. He said he could not support increasing taxes, which I find interesting since it's a tourism tax. But if residents do approve the arena proposition on November 4th, up to $311 million will go to constructing the Spurs Arena. The county's venue tax would pay for 25% of the arena cost at a maximum of that amount, according to County Manager David Smith. And that's the only part that actually needs to go to a vote. The rest of the money will go to Frostbank Center, Freeman Coliseum, and all the other buildings there on the grounds, and also year-round programming, whatever that means, for the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. So we'll see. What I find interesting is county staff previously said that leaving the car rental tax at 5% and increasing the hotel tax from 2%, from 1.75 would raise $450 million. That estimate changed after Rodeo and Coliseum Advisory Board leaders told the county that debt from their renovations would not have to be issued immediately. So there's more money coming in on that tax than what was previously reported.
Well, interesting. I'm just glad that they have approved that. It's going to be on the ballot. We'll get some closure to this thing one way or the other. Hopefully it goes the way of the Spurs and the city of San Antonio, by the way, and the county of Bexar, because it's all good stuff. We heard earlier there were protests yesterday out in front of the Alamo Dome and people that are against this thing. And really the only thing they can be against is, well, we don't want to pay for billionaires to get richer.
And that's the only reason. And I again, as a sports fan and as a avid concert goer, we need stuff like this. And those that are against it, I for the life of me have not heard a decent argument as to why, other than why would we help billionaires build stuff? the money that is earmarked for this project can't be used for some of the other things people say, well, why don't we do this or why don't we do that? Money can't be used that way. And so when you think about all the bureaucratic BS and red tape and all that, they put money in buckets for certain kinds of projects, and this falls in line with that. So you can't take this money and help homeless or build a new park. That's not what this money is earmarked for. Plus the amount of revenue and earned media dollars that the Spurs deliver to the city of San Antonio, plus that entertainment district, more stuff for us to go do. How often do we hear ain't nothing to do in San Antonio? We hear that a lot, and while it's not true, this will add a major piece to all of our social lives if you choose to partake.
Well, of course it will, and it will employ a lot of people. And look, part of the whole Project Marvel was refurbishing a lot of the downtown area. And so just think about how beautiful our downtown area will look once all that stuff is done. Look, it benefits this city in more ways than one. Sure, look, it's going to benefit the whole family. Yes, of course, they're in business to make money. But San Antonio's not shut out of this thing. We're going to get a big piece of the puzzle and a big piece of the pie. Because anytime you're talking about San Antonio, you're going to be talking about the Alamo. You're going to be talking about the Riverwalk. You're going to be talking about whatever. Conventions are going to come here because that will be improved as well. And there'll be more hotel space. And so to me, it's a no-brainer. I mean, it's just a no-brainer. I'm sorry that people feel the way that they do. Some people, because it benefits you, all of you that were out protesting at the Alamo Dome yesterday, saying we can't make billionaires richer. It's gonna benefit your life as well. And if you just do a little research on this instead of just talking about what somebody told you to talk about, maybe you'd understand and realize this is good for this city.
Now, there are people out there, I call them cave people, civilians against virtually everything. The other part of it, unless you rent a car a lot or you stay in a hotel a lot, it doesn't affect you as a Bexar County resident. Now, not saying that, every now and then you go check into a hotel, have a weekend out, maybe, you're going to a concert, Paul McCartney, for example, Saturday night in the Alamo Dome in October. Maybe you decide to make a weekend of it and get a room on the Riverwalk. Okay, you would contribute tax dollars in that case. A little staycation out at the JW, you would contribute. But for the most part, you don't spend a lot of nights in a hotel in San Antonio. Unless your car gets wrecked, you're not renting a car here, but the insurance is paying that bill anyway. So I think about our trip to LA, the amount of taxes that were just paid on the rent car and all that. It's benefiting somebody. And you know what? We didn't look at the price of it and go, man, those taxes are ridiculous. We can't go.
No, you don't. And go to any hotel in any city, Houston, Dallas, Austin, I don't care where it is, where you're staying, there's going to be taxes on there. To me, this is just the most ridiculous argument that people make. Like, if you're against it, you're against it. But I mean, at least be educated about it and don't just, parrot somebody else's talking points. That drives me insane.
Now, if they were coming after property taxes, depending on the increase, you could understand the pushback.
No, I'd be pushing back.
But
I promise you.
But that's not what they're doing. And I think some people just hear tax and they freak out over it. The Wemby Center, concerts, the jobs, the entertainment district,
upgrade to the Alamo Dome.
Well, and again, you think about, like, there's a narrative out there with the Spurs that nobody ever wants to come here because it's a boring city. And San Antonio has changed so much, but there are still some people that think that way. Although Brian Windhorst on the Hoops Collective say, that narrative is actually changing.
I will vouch for the fact that San Antonio has got more going for it than people want to give it credit for.
I think
it's very much a growing city.
Since they got Wemby, you've been talking about, hey, San Antonio is going to be a destination for players. And they didn't engage in the KD bidding, but they were on Kevin Durant's list.
Yeah, that was on De'Aaron Fox's list. And again, we talked about this a little bit with the Knicks. The next superstar player that becomes available I don't know if that player will say the Spurs are on his list, but there's no doubt that they will consider the Spurs.
Yep.
We're not looking to start any aggregation here, but there's a reason we're bringing it up. We're not just filling time.
And one thing that I know about Windhorst, I've talked to him about it, but he's also talked about it on his podcast. When he would have the extended times in San Antonio, like back when the Spurs were good, he would stay in Austin because it was fun.
Right. That's absolutely true.
He doesn't anymore.
And he won't anymore because if this goes through, if this gets built, it gives more reasons for media, for people, for visitors and tourism and influx of money. And think about the Final Four this past season. The amount and the influx of money that is poured in because of events like that, and the amount of Final Fours that this city has gotten. It all helps the community. That's why this is important. November 4th, mark your calendars. Coming up next, though, we've got Rangers-Yankees Game 2 after the Rangers walked it off last night. Remember, call your loved ones, check on them. You never know what people are going through in life. This has been Extra Innings with Pleasure.
Want to see Dallas take on Atlanta at AT&T Stadium? AARP is hooking you up. I want winners. Just head to sasportstar.com.